Welcome to my channel, Chorimat. A point H is 20 meters away from the foot of a tower on the same horizontal ground. From the point H, the angle of elevation of the point P on the tower and the top T of the tower are 30 degrees and 50 degrees respectively. So what I need to do from the beginning is let me get my solution by drawing the diagram first. Now, in this question, we are told of a tower, and this is a tower. Then, we were told that there is a point 20 meters. Let's say this is a point. So, 20 meters from the foot of the tower. Now, there are 2 points. If you check from the question, we have point P and point T, but point T is the top of the tower. So, I will come to this. At this point is my point T. Now, it means that point P is somewhere along the height of the tower or the length of the tower. So what I know is let me just pick this place to be my P. Okay. So the angle of elevation, this angle of elevation is 30 degrees. So we have it 30 degrees. Okay, let me put it is 30 degrees, because if you check the question, it says the angle of elevation of the angle of elevation of point P and top T, but we are told is 30 degrees and 50 degrees respectively, meaning that this is 30 degrees and the one to look at the top is actually 50 degrees. So yet I have this angle of elevation, we have 50 degrees. Okay, good. Now we've drawn it. Remember, here is actually 20 meters and this is my point H. Okay, according to the question. Now let me just have this as O to be the base of the tower. Now the question says find PT. We should find PT. That's the first thing. Now, where is PT? This is PT. Now, I have to work it out to find this PT. Now, there is something that I want you to take note of. Now, if you check, this PT is actually OT minus OP. So, if I can have a way of finding my OT and OP, then I'll be able to find PT. Now, how do I do that? I'm going to bring out the two triangles out. Now, this is a smaller triangle. Okay. And the smaller triangle is HO, then P. Okay. And here is 30 degrees, but here remains 20 meters. Then I cannot talk about the bigger triangle. Okay. And the bigger triangle, it is HO, but this time around is T. And here is 50 degrees. And of course, here is 20 meters. Now, having this from the small triangle, you can now see that when we use the knowledge of SOHCAHTOA, all right, we will now find out that 10, 30 degrees will now be equals to OP all over 20. So it means that OP is actually 20 times tan 30 degrees. And OP will now be equals to 11.55 meters. Now, when we come to this, we'll now, that is the bigger triangle now, we'll now look at it as tan 50 is equals to OT over 20, so that we can now see that after cross multiplying, OT will now be tan 50 times 20, which will be 23.84 meters. Now, since we've established already that PT is actually OT minus OP, here we are now going to find out that our PT, which was the first thing that the soul should ask, will be 23.84 minus 11.55, which PT will be 11.89. But we're asked to leave it to three significant figures, so PT will be approximately 11.9 meters. So we're done with that. Then let's go to the second question. The second question says the distance between H and the top of the tower. Distance between H and the top of the tower. Now this is what we are now asked to look for. Okay. So what to work this out, will still make use of our SOHCAHTOA. Now if you check in this case, I am going to use my 20. I'm not using OT. It is wise, okay, to use the values given to you, not the ones you calculate yourself, to avoid any form of mistakes, okay? I'm not saying that we made a mistake here, but it is wise to do that. So you can check what we have there is adjacent and hypotenuse. So it's cosine. Okay, so we are done with Roman figure 1. Now Roman figure 2, we are going to have cos 50 degrees will now be equals to, is 20 now, over x. We are going to have 20 over x. So that by the time we cross multiply, we find out that x is equals to 20 divided by cos 50. And 20 divided by cos 50 will be 31.4, it's 31.1144. 1145. Okay, so approximately to three single figures, the answer is 31.1 meters. So I'm done with that too. I think I'm done with Roman figure 2. Okay, that is the B part. Now the C part of the question says the position of H if the angle of depression of H from the top of the tower is 40 degrees. It's a very good question. Now this is what we are talking about. From the top of the tower, this is your normal eye level. Okay, this is your normal eye level. Now if you decide that you want to look at or have the position of H shifted, because now you are talking about angle of depression of 40 degrees from the top. Let's say this is 40 degrees from the top. Now it means that you tilt your eyes towards 40 degrees just to look at the new point H. Let me have it this way. Okay, good. Now this is the new point H. Okay, let me use the red ink to differentiate. Now this is where the new position of H is. That is what the question is saying. The question is saying the position of H if the angle of the depression of H from the top of the tower is 40 degrees. So we are to look for this position now. And how do we do this? Remember, we've calculated OT already, and we have an angle. Now, once here is 40 degrees, then here must be 40 alternate angles. So this is what I'm going to have for the C part of the question, that is Roman figure 3. Let me have a diagram. This is what I'm going to be having as my diagram now. Okay, remember we are to look for the new position, okay, of H. This is O, T, and this is the new position of H. Let me put it H prime. And here is 40. Now, of course, I don't know this. That is what I'm to look for. Now, let me label it Y. Then OT, I think I found OT somewhere. Okay, OT is 23.84. So this is going to be 23.84. Now, using SOHCAHTOA, Now I can see that I have tan 40 will now be equals to 23.84 all over y. Cross multiplying and rearranging, we find out that y is equals to 23.84 all over tan 40. So my y will now be equals to 28.41. So y is approximately 28.4 meters. Now, this is what it is. We've answered the question. So I'm going to give two things. Now, the position of H now, H, that is OH, is going to be 28.4 meters from O. Okay? That is the new position of H from O. All right? Or we can have H, then H. Okay, I can find the distance between H and H to present it as a new position of H. And of course, we know that is going to be 28.4 minus 20. So it's going to be 8.4 meters. So the position of H now is either we say it is 28.4 meters from O or 8.4 meters from H. That is the new position of H. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I want to believe you understand the concept of this topic, angles of elevation and depression. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. Thank you.